Welcome in to another episode of Third Party Observers, the show where the facts don't matter and the truths are made up. John and Stan,
Let's go.
how are you doing?
Well, I'm ready to make some stuff up.
Well, we do have true confessions today, so it's a good chance that we'll be doing that.
True confessions.
Stan, you doing all right?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Sitting over here, drinking my
so,
water,
Yeah, had
living my life.
Just had a bowl of ice cream. Oh, we had your bachelor party weekend. It was fun. We all,
nobody got shot.
yeah, we all still suck ass at
Skeet
sporting clay.
shooting.
Oh,
Yeah.
please finish that sentence real fast.
What?
Never mind. Moving on.
You finish it real fast.
Yeah,
No.
I don't know where you're going with that.
You
Yeah.
paused at an inopportune moment in
Get
reference
your
to
mind-
a bachelor party.
Get your mind out of the gutter, Stan.
I live in the gutter.
All right. We're off to a great start.
Just a bunch of gutter
Let's get
rats
this
over
party
here.
started.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and thank today's sponsor. If you're on YouTube, you can maybe see they're bright and center. We want to thank Doritos Roulette, Nacho, or Spicy Chips. You know, when you're in the mood to gamble on a delicious snack or explosive diarrhea, spin the roulette wheel and reach for Doritos.
It's better than Russian roulette.
It is better than Russian roulette. But
Is diarrhea one of the side effects of the bad chips?
spicy chips.
I don't think they're
Oh.
very spicy. Holly probably couldn't deal with
Yeah,
it.
well,
But she's a baby.
yeah. She can't really eat much of anything.
Yeah.
Shout out Holly.
Yeah. Future sister-in-law.
Austin's future sister.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
Yeah.
sister-in-law of the podcast.
yeah.
We're all married into the
Yeah.
podcast family.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Doritos. Make sure to follow us on social media, Twitter at Party Observers, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at Third Party Observers. How did you expect that draft to go from last week's episode?
It's went exactly as I planned. Still mad about it?
I'm still mad about
Austin is still fuming
it. You know,
a whole
Just-
week later. No, I mean, I had some lesser known ones, and that might have played a part in how I did. But I'm
you went
proud of my picks.
you went true to yourself.
Yeah,
And
I liked my picks.
what I would say is that is what 5 minutes of preparation will get you.
And you know what? I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, someone who hasn't spent only 5 minutes preparing is Sam Adams. So every few years in the fall, every 2 years, as I'm being corrected, Sam Adams releases a limited edition beer. This year, releasing October 11th, is the beer Utopias. It's
Utopias?
Utopias.
Yeah.
Utopias.
So you have to drink at least 2 of them
Whoa.
to get the plural.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Utopias.
Well, yeah, really, good luck getting your hand on it because a
can you not
25-ounce bottle is going to put you back $240.
What?
Yeah.
Also, it's illegal in the state of Oklahoma.
Why?
It's
Missouri,
also
Arkansas.
illegal in 15 other states
Why?
because it is 28% alcohol by volume.
Whoa! I want to try it.
Yeah, I don't know
That's
where you can go to try
that's
it.
a strong
Like you'd have to
beer.
go down to Texas to get it.
Yeah, of course
And
it's
why would you
legal
ever
in
want to go to
Texas.
Texas? So
Yeah.
Friggin' Texas.
Yeah, screw Texas.
What's the
It's-
highest point beer you've ever had?
I don't know.
I
I think
know.
mine was like 15. 28 would be crazy.
I don't pay attention to that.
Yeah.
I'm just like, ooh, beer. All right.
Yum.
And then I drink. I go, "Bleh, IPA. Ah."
yeah.
IPAs are delicious.
But I mean, no, this one's like crazy. If it was legal in Arkansas, legal in Arkansas or whatever, I was thinking about
Take
running,
a little trippy trip.
taking a trip, picking up a bottle for for Austin's
What a nice
and
guy.
Amy wedding gift.
Yeah. It'd be better than whatever gift he told us not long after we got engaged. He said, I already have your wedding gift, which was before we even created the registry. So
Mind
real
games.
know it's
nervous
gonna be
about
great.
that.
Mind games.
I've also seen some of the gifts that he's gotten other people.
Yeah.
And they are usually statues
Of
of
Well
penises.
endowed.
well endowed
They-
individuals.
Yeah, usually, like African fertility statues.
Listen, I just want to bless your house. I want you to have a lot of little Austin and Amy's running around.
Can you imagine a little Austin?
be
It'd be a
terrifying.
nightmare.
I'm hoping it'd be more of a little Amy.
It
I'm
would
pretty
be
good
an
uncle, though.
evil genius is what it would become.
I'm a pretty good uncle.
Because I'm pretty smart.
I don't really care as long as I'm Godfather.
John doesn't want to
You can be Godfather. I
John
don't
just
wanna be
gave
Godfather.
up his dog. Yeah,
It's a done deal.
it's done.
I had to.
Bella's
Dog
outta here.
is gone.
He's been trying to get rid of her ever
ever
since he got her. And finally, the freedom is
Listen,
here.
I
How
had
many
to do
dogs
it.
have you given to your mom since I've known you?
One.
Well, there's those 2 other ones you gave her.
Oh, that's because she
That was a
wanted,
gift.
That was a gift. Like she was like, I'm looking for dogs.
And this is also a gift.
Well, also she's looking for another dog because she moved and she wants an inside dog. And I moved and I can't have her anymore.
I guess you're in an apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kicked
Did
him
you
out.
did you find an apartment?
He did.
Yes. So no longer homeless.
Yeah. Yeah. He's no
That's
longer
hilarious.
homeless. And in a few days, he goes to Spain.
Yep. So
Yeah.
excited about that.
Speaking of Spain, if you haven't already figured out where you're going to live, one of our listeners, Omiya, has some recommendations of where she stayed when she went to.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Spain.
Was she
I thought
on-
you were going to say one of our listeners lives in Spain and
Oh,
was
no.
going to let you crash there. And
I'm
I
like,
was
that
like,
would be-
shut the front door.
That would be friggin' cool.
do this.
Oh, Mio, let's get over there. Come on.
oh me, oh my.
No, shout out Omiya. She's pretty cool.
Okay. Was she on YouTube or something? I don't check that very often.
No, I work with her.
Oh, okay.
But she listened to all the podcasts.
Oh,
so.
cool. All right.
Is
yeah.
she on the YouTube?
Sometimes.
Nice. Yeah, it's gonna be hopefully a good time. Fingers crossed, I get to make it back in time for the wedding.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that part through. I did not think that part
He's
through
got
when
a
I
week,
did this.
a week in between his arrival back and a return and the wedding. So
It's okay,
I will
I'm on
murder
deck.
him.
Yeah.
I will be best man if I have to be.
Joke's on you. It's actually gonna be Zach. He's gonna pull him up from someone not even the wedding party.
Yeah,
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
signed from the practice squad. All right.
Sorry, man, didn't make the cut.
Yeah, there's just a lot I was looking for, and I looked at my roster and I thought I need someone else, and I just really need someone who knows the cues and who will not lose these rings. Which John, so I picked up my wedding ring.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have it on because
Not
not
married.
Not married.
But we were having a conversation with John after I picked them up,
Mm.
and Amy's like, "Oh yeah," so Amy's not getting a wedding band; she's just using her
What?
engagement ring.
Hmm.
Because she likes the classy look of it. Because I did a great job,
Congratulations.
and it all of a sudden became news to John that he was going to have to be responsible for holding on to these rings.
You didn't know that?
Well, first of all, I thought you had
John,
a ring
Th-
bear.
this
I
whole-
thought you had a ring bear.
This whole time, John's been like, "Give me more responsibility," and the one responsibility he had zero idea of.
He wants to be your godfather of your child.
Listen,
And
listen,
he didn't even know he had to
listen.
keep track of the rings.
No, he doesn't want to be godfather of my child. He wants to be godfather to any child.
Listen.
So observers, if you're having a child and you want an honorary godfather, if that's still a thing,
Listen, here's the thing.
at Asian Invasion on Twitter.
54.
I don't want the I don't want the responsibilities that if anything happens to you. I don't want those.
That's the point of a godparent.
But what I do want to be is more of the fun uncle. I will teach them things that they need to learn in life. I will give them
like?
gifts.
What do they need to learn? That
How
you can
not
teach
to
them.
be a little wuss.
You gonna beat him up? You gonna
No.
teach him a lesson?
I'm going to teach them how to rule the school ground.
So you're gonna teach them physical violence or emotional violence
Who said anything that has to be violent?
or psychological?
It's all in the head, baby.
All right.
Listen,
Oh,
I also
my.
thought you guys were having one of your nephews be the ring bearer.
Nope.
So how was I supposed to? That was never communicated to me. Like, John, keep track of these rings on that day.
Also, most of the time, I feel like the ring bearer does not actually hold the rings. They're just there to look cute and walk down the aisle holding a blank pillow.
Yeah,
Oh,
basically.
That's what I had to do whenever I was a ring bearer in my uncle's wedding.
Okay.
Mm.
Well, I
I
don't
thought it was pointless.
It was.
I was like, this pillow has nothing on it. Why am I here?
Bill, you could have sat on it because most of the time, a lot of those chairs are uncomfortable.
Sure.
Or to me, take a nap.
Yeah. Well, I was like 5, so if that. So today's episode, we've got a hot take, which I think John is
Yeah.
got a hot take for us. And then we're playing a round of true confessions, as I alluded to. And then we've got a stinky draft coming up. We're drafting the worst smells.
Schmeals.
So pretty excited about that. If you've got a weak stomach, you might stop listening after true confessions. But anyway, John, take us away with this hot take that you have.
Okay, perfect. So, breakfast for dinner is always like people are always excited about it, right?
Yep.
Like, oh, I
Breakfast
love
is good all the time.
yeah, breakfast is good all the time. I want waffles. Great. No one looks twice at you whenever you do that. If you order it at a restaurant, whatever, fine. But if you want dinner for breakfast, people are like, WTF? That's a freaking weird thing to do.
It is weird.
But I give it to you. It's only weird in the West. In the Eastern culture, you can eat whatever you want, whenever you want.
This is America, John.
If I want to eat spaghetti for breakfast, I don't want to be judged for it. If I want mashed potatoes for breakfast, I want mashed potatoes for breakfast.
Why do you want mashed potatoes for breakfast?
Because sometimes it's in the fridge and it's like, well, okay, I'll eat it. It sounds good. If lasagna, another thing, Mexican food, tamales, enchiladas, tacos, I don't care. Anything that I'm saying that you can eat any type of food for any type of meal.
But what I've noticed when John eats non-breakfast items for breakfast, he always eats them cold.
That's true a lot of the
Ooh.
times. I like cold food.
He just pulls them out of the fridge.
I can understand.
Because he is just woken up. He's stumbled into the kitchen.
Yeah.
And he's apparently starved. And he's got to eat right then. And so he just
Listen.
pulls whatever the first thing he sees,
It
and he
can't
grabs
be-
a fork, and he just goes for
It
it.
can't be inconvenienced to wait. He needs that cold pizza
Listen,
now.
Yeah.
I genuinely like cold food.
Some foods are good cold.
I'll eat whatever
Pizza.
cold. I don't care.
Pizza's good cold. But not like because you said you eat Chinese food cold.
Oh, absolutely.
No,
Absolutely.
That is not. No, can't
Yeah.
do it. No, thank you.
No, anything that's in the fridge, usually I am perfectly fine eating it cold. Sometimes it's better hot, but also sometimes, yeah, I'll eat it cold. I don't
Now,
care.
have I done it? Yes. When I'm in a rush, sometimes you just got to eat something. But I would much rather heat things up
No.
most of the time.
Well, granted, right now I mostly skip breakfast, but
Same.
yeah, I just never been able to. I mean, first of all, breakfast and breakfast foods are delicious. And the reason that people are okay with them eating them for dinner is because of how delicious they are.
Yeah, but so
And they're
is-
better than dinner.
dinner
Breakfast
foods are
is
also
dinner, they're
delicious.
better.
Dinner food is also
I-
delicious.
Did not say that right.
Use your words, Austin.
You know.
This is my fight, and it's a worthy. I'm gonna stand my ground.
It's a worthy cause.
that
I don't know.
I should be able to eat spaghetti for breakfast with no judgment.
Well, no, because
Wrong.
you can eat it, and you've got the right to eat it. I mean, we're in the thick of this.
You can do whatever you
You can
want.
do whatever you want. This is America, basically. You
But
can
it's
do
not
whatever you
as
want.
good.
But to not be judged is just a silly way of thinking.
Listen, people think it's weird. I don't think it is weird. I don't think people should. Yeah, I don't think people should be looking down on me for
I'm
this.
curious to know what our observers think.
Oh,
So, listeners, let us know.
If they're sheeples, then they're gonna say John is a weirdo. But if they're not, they would understand.
Did you call them sheeples
Yes.
because they're sheep?
Yeah, and people. Sheeples.
Okay, this is the first I'm learning this term. Have you heard of this, Stan?
I have, yeah.
All right.
They're the sheeples.
John is
John's the shepherd. You got way too much enjoyment out of that. Oh my gosh.
Not a giraffe. All right.
Not a giraffe.
We're going to play True Confessions. I did not have such a great go of this
Uh-oh.
last time we played True Confessions.
Yeah.
Because I tried to lie
you done
and I
messed up.
screwed it up. So I'm looking for redemption.
You want to go first?
And I'm going to go first.
Let's do it.
And I'm just not ever confident in these things.
Why not? You just got to be a good liar.
You are a good liar.
I'm a good fibber.
Lying
What-
and fibbing is the same.
When you get put under a microscope and you get questions asked about you, it's harder to withhold the scrutiny.
Okay.
What you got?
I once cut my sister's hair. End of statement.
On purpose.
Yeah.
Did she let you
Did
do
she
it?
want you to
She
do
sure
it?
didn't.
So
Was
you-
this out of
you,
spite?
Yeah.
So you snuck up behind her with a pair of scissors. What kind of scissors do you use?
I don't know, the standard scissors that you have.
How old were you?
I don't know, like the little kid
How old were you and
scissors.
how old was she?
The ones with like the rounded off tips,
No, not those.
like safety scissors.
I think I basically still have not the exact scissors, but the same model, the make and model. You know,
Good pair of
I think
scissors.
I got it in a different color, but you know,
yeah.
it stands the test of time. Figured it out. That's what I was trying to describe School of Rock as on the last
Oh.
episode.
A week later.
Yeah. All right, it just
It
clicked.
just popped into your head.
Yeah. No, you asked. Yeah, out of spite. Oh, how old was I? Like 7.
Was this Morgan?
Yeah. I don't think I ever lived with Amanda. Amanda was 12 years older than me.
Okay.
Morgan was 6 years older than me. So if I was 7, she would have been 13.
What did
Why-
she do to provoke you?
Yeah.
I don't know that she would have had to do a lot.
You were just a jerk of a little kid.
I was just generally mischievous when it came to my siblings. But she did things
Wow.
to me throughout my life that
Yeah.
deserved that.
Retribution.
Retaliation.
Yeah, one time she painted my toenails on
Well,
like Christmas Eve, like
did
I
you
was
let her?
asleep.
She did it in your sleep.
She and my brother
That's hilarious.
woke up and painted my toenails in the middle of the night, and then
Wow.
I had pink toenails at Christmas. So that is just one example of the torment that I thought was deserving of cutting
Well,
her hair.
At least you can wash off toenail polish.
How much hair did you,
You
cut
can't
off?
just wash
you
it
can't
off.
just grow hair back.
There's nail polish remover.
Yeah,
you can
nail
just
polish
wash it
remover.
off.
It takes like 10 minutes.
No, but it was.
It takes a little bit longer to grow that hair back.
It was the scarring.
How much hair did you cut off?
I don't know. Yeah, you just take a little bit and you just did it. Not like the end like that, but like, you know.
At the
up here.
top. of your
Wow.
head.
Well,
not
like a big
up
old
here,
strand of it?
But like, all right, John, you've got the long hair. Like, you know, like probably about you're too far away. I don't know. That much.
That's a lot of hair.
That's like 6 inches. That's a chunk, man.
But it's in the back, and she was a teenager. She was fine.
What kind of how much trouble did you get in?
A bit.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
I had to get my mouth washed out with soap.
That's a weird.
That's it.
That's a weird punishment for that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Usually
but I
that's for
didn't-
like cursing.
Yeah,
Yep.
but I didn't. That was the go-to punishment in my household
'Cause you didn't like it?
it was effective.
Oh, it's an awful punishment. Now,
Yeah.
did you get? Was it bar soap or was it like dish soap, liquid soap?
I never had the luxury of bar soap.
Listen, it's not a
Do
luxury.
you just have to like take a spoonful
Have
of
you
it?
ever had liquid
Yep.
bar soap? I never had bar soap.
I've had both, and they are both awful.
The thing about liquid soap is it permeates the tongue, and
Like,
so it just
you can't get it
you
out.
can't get it out. So I remember after it happened, standing in the shower with my tongue out,
Yeah.
and just the water hitting my tongue, just like crying, just like trying to
Oh
get the.
no!
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's awful.
Poor little
both
baby
of them.
Austin.
Yeah.
Both of them are awful.
I can say I've never had my mouth washed out before.
Well,
Oh, that
Mom
doesn't
obviously
surprise me.
doesn't listen to this podcast.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think this is definitely something that Austin, like, I can believe that he would do. But I think that he thinks that, and I think it's a lie.
I also think it's a lie. I think he would have been too chicken to do it.
Well, it is a lie.
Yes.
So you got me.
Yes.
But it is not something I would have been too chicken to do.
No, I don't think that's the reason you didn't do it. But man, that would be because I've had my sisters get professional haircuts and come back and cry because they didn't like it. If someone just took a chunk out of their hair, they'd be pissed. Oh man.
That's really funny.
Well, at least I didn't screw up my
Yeah,
lie
no, you
like
did
last
good.
time.
You did good.
Yeah, no, that was a good
I'm
one.
still sad. I like to win. But it's fine. It's fine. All right, Stan, go for it.
Let's see.
You know what we should start
Which one
doing?
we
We
got?
should start reading the ones that the people don't pick so that we don't have to then do this weird, awkward exchange.
Switch thing. Yeah. Okay. I survived, quote unquote,
Lie.
for 3 days.
Stan is
2
dead.
3 days
Can I
and
read
2
this,
nights.
please?
No.
I survived for 3 days and 2 nights off the land with a couple of friends. We brought no food or water.
How old were you?
That was
this in Alaska?
high school, like sophomore,
No.
junior year?
Shawnee.
Johnny, yeah.
Interesting.
Where did you survive?
It was down in southern Oklahoma, close to Ardmore. One of my friends knew someone who had like 1,000 acres down there.
Mm-hmm.
So he basically just gave us free reign of his property.
Now, was the plan to not take anything, or did you guys just forget everything?
Yeah, we didn't think we were going to actually need to eat for 3 days, so we just forgot it. No, we were trying to like rough it, survive. So we brought some guns to shoot like game with and stuff like that. So
What did you manage to eat anything?
yeah, actually within
at the end of the 3 days, he's like, Steve didn't make it.
But his armor sure was good.
we had to sacrifice him. No, within like 30 minutes of being there, my brother had found a rabbit, shot it with his .22, and we cooked it for dinner that night.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, it was tough. It was disgusting. Did not taste good. Well, we didn't prepare it right. We just like put it on a stick and cooked it over the fire. You gotta like cut it up and put it in a stew or something, or else it's real tough. Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't season it or anything like that?
No, we didn't bring any seasoning.
All right. Was that the only thing that you had the whole trip?
No, so we actually put out. One of my buddies had a deer feeder at home, so he brought some deer
so you
corn.
ate some corn?
Yeah. We boiled up some corn.
Nice. You should have made it with a rabbit stew.
Yeah. No, we put out some corn because there's a bunch of wild hogs on the property because we wanted to hunt a wild hog, and we were unsuccessful. So we didn't actually get a hog, but we got that rabbit. We got a couple squirrels. I think that's all we got. There wasn't like a lot.
Lie.
What?
How many people were you? How many?
Three of us.
No. A rabbit and a couple squirrels?
Have you ever tried to like go out and actually catch your food?
I imagine it's extremely difficult.
It is.
But I also imagine going 3 days on a rabbit and 2 squirrels between 3 guys is not going to last
It's
too
not
long
very
enough.
much, I'll tell you.
Also-
So I'm going with lie. No further questions
Also,
from me.
I feel like
Okay.
it's a lie too because I feel like you would have killed more things than that. Like I've gone squirrel hunting, and within an hour I killed like 10.
Well, I mean, this guy hunted his property a lot, so.
Wow, I feel like you would have killed more things in 3 days
Okay.
than 3.
He didn't do any fishing.
I didn't have a fishing pole.
That seems silly.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Actually, nah, I'm gonna say true. One of us is gonna be wrong. I'm gonna say it's the truth.
It was false.
Damn it.
Yeah. A rabbit and a couple squirrels isn't enough.
It's not
For
enough.
3
No,
people.
it's not.
It's
It's
enough
not.
for one person.
Uh-huh.
And at the end, you're going to still be hungry. But
Yeah. So we actually did go on this trip. We did bring a little bit of food. We brought like flour. Obviously, we brought water, and I made like a makeshift bread thing to eat with dinner. But we had other stuff too.
you made a makeshift bread?
Wait, so you did go on this trip, but you took food with you. So the lie was that you didn't take anything with you.
that we didn't survive. That we didn't like. We brought food. We didn't survive off the land.
Okay.
We only shot one rabbit actually, and we didn't like it, so we didn't shoot anything else.
Yeah. I remember one time when I first started going deer hunting with my dad, I wasn't really old enough to deer hunt yet, but I was old enough to shoot a .22 and shoot squirrels.
Yeah.
So while he was sitting in a tree stand trying to shoot deer, I was making a bunch of racket not very far off with the .22
scaring off all the deer.
trying to shoot squirrels. And I hit one, and then while he skinned it, I had to stand there and hold the legs,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't eat any of that squirrel because of that reason. And
You saw it
I saw there
processed.
as he yanked the hide,
Yeah.
Pulled it off like a sock.
and I just saw that squirrel's butt. And I I just like I can't eat this guy.
Will you
anymore.
not eat any animal whose butt
Whose
you've
butt
seen?
I've seen.
Well, when we
that's
went-
one of my principles.
When we went dove hunting, your dad just twisted. We killed that dove, and your dad just
Yeah.
twisted its head off. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean that's
I've never been dove hunting. I've never
pretty
been dove
common.
hunting.
it was
before.
pretty traumatic for John.
I was like, whoa, what's
I just pulled
going
the
on?
dove. Yeah, my dad just pulls the dove out and just
Yeah,
yanks it
yeah.
off.
And you don't pluck them either. You like
Yeah.
rip
Yeah.
the skin out.
Yeah,
and
I
then
was
you
like-
can just you can dress out a
Well,
dove
they
with your bare hands.
Yeah, they're weak
Well,
bastards.
I was not expecting that.
I could just imagine him like, and John be like, "What?"
I was like, whoa, okay. Like, whatever. you
That
know.
just happened.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. All right, John. Well, it's your turn. Don't make the chips drop.
Chippity chips, chips. What's it gonna be?
Okay.
That's weird.
Yeah. I had a little, echo to it. Maybe hot, maybe not.
Yeah. Good old Doritos.
Doritos. With
Okay, so-
extra toes.
When I was in high school, I once pancaked a 5th grader. Just like,
What is pancaked?
I mean, it's
Like-
a football term of when you block
it
somebody.
was just blocked him right on his ass.
You
I
said in
just-
junior high?
But you were playing football?
No. Well, it was a pickup game. Well, it wasn't even football. It was really like capture the flag. And I was just
So you just didn't
running
like this guy,
interference.
So you just ran over a kid.
and you rammed him.
Kind of, yeah.
And
What did the kid
what
do
grade
to
were
you?
you in?
I think I was a sophomore or junior.
You were a sophomore or junior in high school,
Playing capture the flag.
and
Yeah.
you pancaked a 5th grader.
It wasn't on purpose.
Wait,
though.
Do we need to go back to the
5th
Dora the
grader?
Explorer episode?
I wasn't. It wasn't on.
Was it a little girl with a backpack?
It was a boy, but like
He was. Oh, that makes it okay.
Yeah.
it wasn't on purpose. Like, so the thing is, so I helped out with Vacation Bible School.
This was
whenever
at VBS.
Oh, okay. It was at church.
yeah, it was at church.
Okay.
It was at church. And well, in high school, I wasn't a very big person. Still not like real
Yeah.
big. I mean, I
Yeah.
probably weighed like a lot of those 5th and 6th graders were probably as big as I was.
Yeah.
What?
Well, weight wise.
Okay, you're saying as a sophomore and junior in high school, you were
I-
probably
I
what?
mean-
5th grader, 6th graders. I don't know what 90.
I mean,
pounds.
I was in as a sophomore or junior. I think I was probably maybe like 115, 120. I was not,
Some.
Big at all.
Yeah. Some 5th, 6th graders
but
You
anyways,
are tall. I
anyways.
guess.
So what happened was we were playing capture the flag, and like the guy that was in charge always just
decked a dude.
he was always let us play with the 5th and 6th graders because like they enjoyed it, and we enjoyed it. It was fun.
I can see why. Got to beat up on some punk ass kid.
But then someone was running and had the cat flag, and like someone was trying to tackle or not tackle, but like catch her, and so I just kind of stepped in the way and just kind of set a pick, and I might have extended my arm a little bit, but anyways, I sat him on his ass.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, so the person that you hit was
Opposing team,
opposing team trying to catch
my
the
teammate.
person.
Yeah,
All right. And you set a pick.
I mean, I might have like lowered my shoulder, extended a little bit, but like
Okay.
I sat him on his ass pretty good.
Did you dislike the kid?
No.
What day of VBS was it?
I don't know, like Thursday. Friday was always water day, so like
So he was fed up with the kids by Thursday.
Yeah. I do feel like John probably helped out with VBS a lot and was probably on activities, but to pancake a 5th grader,
Yeah. That's messed up.
could it be?
Yes.
It
True.
absolutely could be.
I think it is.
I'm going to go with true as well because we already heard that he, a couple weeks ago said that he wanted to beat the shit out of Dora
I
the
did not
Explorer.
say I wanted
So,
to. I said
I think-
told Tia that if it came down to it, she could take Dora the
He's just
Explorer.
trying to justify it.
I think there's a history, there's a pattern.
Violence against children.
John should not have children. What is the verdict?
He should not be a godfather.
No, it's not true. I'm not a monster.
I feel like he just lied to us right there.
No.
And it is true.
He's
and
just trying to cover his
save
ass.
face.
No, I didn't. I didn't pancake someone. I did.
Waffle him.
I did waffle him. No, I did. I did. I mean, we did play games with them, but I didn't like tackle or pancake them. No, it's not that mean.
Hmm.
But some
I
of those,
definitely feel like you are that mean.
some of
Where
those,
you would have been like, oh, this is going to be an innocent pick, and not realizing that your mass would be enough to stop a 5th grade
no, but
child.
some of those kids were like not bigger than me, but they were close to the same size.
Decent size. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, some like when I was in 5th grade, there were kids in my class that were like 5'10".
Yeah, and this was 5th and 6th graders. So
Yeah.
like,
John got bullied by a 5th grader. You heard it here.
yeah.
Well, that's going to do it for True Confessions and take us into our draft,
Ooh,
which
boy.
I said was a stinky one. We're drafting the worst smells.
Nasty.
So if you've got a queasy stomach, you're not quite out for or cut out for this, you might tune out. If you want to brave it, I encourage that you do. It's likely to be pretty funny,
Entertaining.
but it's probably going to have a lot of poop jokes.
Probably.
So fair warning, I've got the first pick, and
I think there's a clear 101.
you know there's a lot of differentiations of poop, you know,
Yes.
and different smells. And I'm not drafting poop because I think there's a version of poop
that is the worst.
that is the worst,
Mm.
and that is poop in a porta potty.
Yeah.
Porta
Yeah.
potties
Uh-huh.
are the worst smell on the planet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Porta poppies.
Honestly, that porta potty in Bryce
Canyon.
Yes.
was also one of the worst things I've ever smelled in my entire life.
If I had to draft a specific bathroom experience as the worst smell in my entire existence,
Yeah.
it
I
is
would agree.
that shed and a trail in Utah.
It was so bad.
You could smell it from like 20 feet away.
It was. Oh my gosh. Talk about clearing out your sinuses. You
Clearing out your sinuses. I didn't.
You can't even-
I didn't breathe.
you hold your breath. the whole
Talk
time.
about clearing
It
out your
was
stomach.
So bad. You could not.
It was disgusting.
Yeah, it was terrible.
So that's my clear 101.
Porta poopies.
Porta poopies.
Yep.
So John, you're up next.
Very good. I'm gonna go with rotting flesh. If you ever like smell like roadkill that's like 6
Yeah.
days old or anything,
Mhm.
oh, it smells awful.
Mm-hmm. Man, those
So rotting flesh,
Well, like I mean, like
dead
Dead
animals.
animals.
human
yeah.
or
I've never
animals.
smelt a human that I know of.
Except for Dora. No. Yeah. No. That's a pretty bad one. The
Yeah.
worst is when a mouse dies in your house, but you
Oh,
don't
you can't
know
find
where
it. Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Uh huh.
It's just like I know it's there, but I can't find it. And eventually,
It goes away.
it
The
will
smell-
go away because it has been eaten,
or it's just dried out.
decomposed.
Yeah, yeah. That's why, like, when people talk about doing terrible pranks, like putting a fish in a vent somewhere,
Uh-huh.
would be. Can you imagine skunky fish? Which leads me to my first pick, and that is dead fish. Actually, not dead fish because John already picked.
Rotting flesh.
rotting-
We'll just
rotting
do fish because it's an equally bad smell.
Yeah, yeah. Fish and okay, and I'm gonna put something more specific out here.
Okay.
Have you ever experienced someone like reheating fish?
Okay, first of all, if someone's that's a unwritten rule at the office. You cannot take fish into
I
the
agree.
office.
It's
Like,
abominable.
I like fish. I like eating fish.
Yeah.
But you cannot take it into the
Nope.
office.
Not okay.
So you specifically want it reheated fish or
Reheated office fish.
fish from the office? Yeah. Now don't think I've ever encountered that portion of the reheated fish, but
Yeah.
fish in general, fish raw, fish cooked, fish all the time, bad, evil, hate it.
You like
fish.
sushi?
Dislike fish.
I love fish.
All right, second
Go away.
second pick. I think it's a pretty clear choice. Rotten eggs. Have you ever like
Driven to
accidentally
sulfur.
busted a really rotten egg?
I have never encountered a rotten egg.
What?
Oh my gosh, I've got a funny story about this.
Okay, let's hear it.
So, I grew up on a farm. We raised chickens.
Yeah, we did too. That's how I know about rotten eggs.
So like
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
sometimes they lay eggs in weird spots and you don't
And you can't
find them. And then when you have to clean out the chicken house, and you find it, and when an egg is rotten, it becomes very fragile and very explosive. And honestly, it was so nasty. but like so cleaning it out, and then you just touch it with like a pitchfork.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Bust.
and boom, explodes. But it's also like kind of solid and gelatin because it's just been sitting there so long. And oh my god,
It's a bad smell.
it is awful.
Man.
I like that you say it is extremely fragile, and your go-to device to pick it up is a pitchfork.
No, like
Well,
so
no, because you're cleaning out.
you're cleaning it out all the hay and poop.
So you
and
don't
stuff,
see it
so
and
you
do it
don't
on
see
purpose,
But
yeah.
yeah, and it's just there, and you accidentally touch it or something. Boom.
Yeah.
It is extremely funny to me that John grew up on a farm because John has the weakest stomach of anyone I've ever met. And like my mom and her entire side of the family all have weak stomachs. But John Lawler takes the cake because any smell is just he can't handle it.
Can't handle it.
That's funny.
That's what stopped me from being like doing anything in the medical field is my weak stomach.
Can't handle that gangrene.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. I can't do it.
Well, John, you've got a pick.
Okay.
So
Second overall pick. I'm just gonna go classic skunk.
yeah.
They are awful.
Yeah, I should have picked that first. My mistake.
I've never been sprayed by a skunk or
I've never been
around
sprayed.
anything that's been sprayed by a
I
skunk.
drove by one 2 days ago and it
yeah.
was terrible.
Those are
If your
dead
dogs
skunks.
ever get sprayed by skunks, ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Aren't you supposed to like bathe them in tomato sauce or something?
That's
I
what I've
don't
always heard.
know.
Does that work?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We just kind of let them be, and for it wears off in a few days. But for those few days that they are, you do not want to be anywhere near them.
Yeah, I can imagine. So I am going. Man, there's a lot. There's so much on my list that I think are quality. I could probably go 8 rounds of worst smells
Jeez.
because there's so many. Now, granted, a lot of them are feces related. So maybe we can get rid of that, and I'm gonna go the reverse poop. I'm gonna go vomit.
Oh yeah, vomit's so gross.
Talk about something that John Lawler definitely can't handle, and that is specifically dog vomit. But I
Yeah.
imagine human vomit is similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's got its own
smell.
vibe.
Funk.
You know when you smell it.
Yeah.
Listen, I would deal with it when Bella puked, but it was
But-
not.
Yeah, but
It was not
loudly.
It was not pretty.
Yeah, I won't imitate John for the sake of the listeners. But
Yeah.
Okay, so that means I've got a third pick, and man, I think I'm gonna go. Okay, it's not poop. It's not even in that realm. But it's something that for some people they love it, but for most people they hate it, and that
What?
is cigarette smoke.
Oh.
For some people, they actually are weird and like cigarette smoke.
It depends on the cigarette, what type of smoke it is. Some smell better than others, but generally they do not smell good.
I'm taking cigarette smoke, and it just
What about
chokes you.
cigar smoke? How do you feel about that?
I don't really like smoke at all.
Yeah.
I also don't like weed smoke.
Weed smoke is gross. It smells worse than cigarettes.
It's
I
dank.
think.
Yeah. It was weird. Like all growing up, I hated any type of smoke, like secondhand smoke. And I was skiing, not this last Christmas, but the Christmas before, and I was with my brother-in-law, and we walked by someone who was smoking a cigarette, and it just I was like, man, that smells kind of good. And this is after I'd been like smoking cigars a little bit more, smoking a pipe. So I think I like kind of acquired the taste or like kind of like the smell. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like I'll walk by. But there are certain times, like if I'm out running and I smell somebody smoking, it's like, I do not want to smell that right now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to breathe here. But yeah, it's weird that I kind of like it now.
That is weird. I've always hated it, and I still hate it. John?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with your
Your
what's it
mom.
called?
Your mother.
Yeah. Shoot, what's it called? The garbage can outside that you take to the curb that sometimes
trash
gets
can.
maggots and
Trash
stuff in
can.
it. Yeah, the dumpster. But actually no, I'm gonna go. It's maggots. Maggots smell awful.
Okay.
Maggots
You're
are just attracted to smelly things.
He drafted maggots.
Bad pick.
John drafted maggots. It's in the doc. Can't be changed.
Maggots.
Austin's trash can gets maggots in it, and it is disgusting.
Maggots tend to be it's fly
Yeah.
larvae. They lay their eggs
Yeah.
in stinky things, so they're associated with smelly stuff.
It is gross.
Yeah.
I hate it.
That's fair.
Stan?
All right. We have talked about a lot of poo-related things, but I think something that is just as bad is something that has been caked with old urine and hasn't been washed in a long time. Have you ever been into
Your underpants.
an old? Yes, definitely. I pee my
So
pants
crusty.
and then I wear them again.
Crusty.
No. Have you ever been to a public restroom, like just at the urinal, that hasn't been cleaned in ages?
Ugh.
Urine has a really distinct smell.
A gas
and
station
it's
bathroom.
Gas station
so
bathrooms.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
So,
Caked urine.
a urine cake.
Yeah. Urinal, dirty urinal, urine,
I'm just going to say old urine.
Old urine. Yeah,
Okay.
whatever. That's fine. Not pleasant. Okay, so
Last pick.
obviously farts do not smell good. That's not my pick. But one time when I was in high school, I bought this fart spray
Ooh.
that was like a concentrated.
Was it Axe?
It was no. Close, but no. It was like a super concentrated aerosolized
Ugh.
bad smell.
Mm.
And I'm not proud of this. Well, actually, I'm a little bit proud of this, but me and some of my friends went to Walmart and
Oh,
walked
no.
up an aisle and sprayed this fart spray and then just poked our heads around the corner and watched people walk through it. And it was so funny. Oh, I ruined some people's days, but it was hilarious. So I'm drafting fart spray.
Fart spray.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
Didn't
that
even
kinda-
know it existed.
That kind
Now you do.
of screws up my pick
Yeah. Farts?
because
Were you going to go stink bomb?
no, I was gonna go Amy Angel farts, producer Amy farts. They don't happen often, but when they do,
Oh, boy.
good lord, talk about something coming from the depths of hell just to
Oh my
assault
gosh.
your nostrils. It is intense.
Producer Amy, would you like to come on set and defend yourself?
Would you like to defend yourself?
I can move around the mic. No, remain off camera.
I mean, how could I not show up to defend myself? You dare trot upon my name in this fashion. When you know for a fact that the worst farts in the world come from your dog, Bella,
Former dog.
former dog. Aw,
He can't even hold on to his own dog.
Well, I'm just saying that it's gonna take my draft. I don't care. It's funny.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
How dare you?
Producer Amy farts are on the list.
Well, I hope you're ready to lose this draft because everybody's going to be like, that has to smell great. Smells like roses.
Rainbows.
Just for the listeners, it does not smell like roses or rainbows.
You
Rainbow
monster.
came out of a leprechaun's ass. And yeah.
You monster.
So we're looking
Oh
for
my goodness.
a new person on the show. There is an opening,
Yeah.
or there will be tomorrow.
As soon as Amy murders John.
Yeah, which will lead into John's first pick of rotting flesh. So
I mean-
and his third pick of maggots. So,
Maybe you'll lose your producer. I don't have to take this.
well, the producer runs the show. She can fire.
Yeah.
That's true. I'm in charge. Yes, thank you for reminding me.
Not fire me. I don't.
Is that so?
Can't fire me if I quit.
All right. Well, that was a pick, John.
Tune in next time to see if I'm still here.
Yeah, Tia will replace you.
That's hilarious.
Apply online at opportunities@thirdpartyobservers.com.
Yeah, well, that's on our website. Hit us up on any of our social media places. Okay, I've got one final pick. I've got porta potty. I've got vomit. I've got cigarette smoke. And man, there's just so many others that I think are quality picks on my
Yeah.
list. And part of me wants to just go the classic poop because it wasn't drafted because I went porta potty.
Yeah.
However, that'd be lame. So I'm going to go with something kind of where I thought John was going with the maggots.
Yeah.
But then he ended on maggots for a silly reason. And I'm going to go with the city dump.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is
How did I not think
where
of that?
everyone's trash goes.
True.
And you can smell it for miles.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with city dump. I had a lot of others on my list, but everyone's gross, disgusting trash. I've got a local dump a few houses down from me. It's the hoarder.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
lives
no.
there.
But they've been cleaning stuff out, I think.
Have they?
Yeah, and
That's
I don't know why. I don't
Yeah.
know if he is no longer with us or if Netflix is out here filming a new bit, but it's disgusting. So one thing that I had on my honorable mentions, but I didn't really want to draft, was the homes of old people.
Oh,
yeah.
there's
And-
such a distinct. What is that
Old
smell?
people have a distinct smell in general.
Yeah. Or nursing home smell.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not
I mean,
good.
it's there's not a delicate way to say it. They just,
They smell.
they're losing it.
There's a distinct odor.
Yeah. But their homes in general smell because, first of all, them and the smell that they contribute. Two, they, for some reason, are afraid of the AC. And so in the summer, and especially in Oklahoma, they let it get up to like 85 in their house. And they're like, oh, this ceiling fan is fine. They've got all the shades drawn. So, there's no light or anything. And it's just there's dust, no air circulation. It's hot and heavy. And it smells terrible. But it's not as strong as these others.
Yeah.
Spoiled milk was the one that
Oh.
I would have went instead of rotten eggs.
Have you accidentally ever drank spoiled milk?
Nope.
Yeah, this weekend.
Oh,
Yeah, recently.
Gah. And one time I got a little chunk. And
Chunky yellow lemon milk.
it was. I almost lost. I almost lost my lunch. It was bad. It was real bad.
Yeah, was it one of you that said that you accidentally spilled milk in the trunk of your car and then meant to go clean it up and forgot about it, and then
It wasn't me.
I think it might have been. It wasn't me, but I remember that story.
someone we
It might have
know-
been Josh James, maybe.
Yeah, someone we know told us that they spilled milk. This was in the summer.
Yeah.
Spilled milk in their car.
Oh no.
Went, and they're like, oh well, I'll think about it later.
Yeah.
Forgot.
Yeah.
And then, a week or whatever later, after sitting in the
Yeah.
July sun,
It is.
I can't imagine
Oh, no.
how bad that must have smelled.
Dang.
But to me, spoiled milk smells worse than rotten eggs.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. Wastewater facility, another high one on my list.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And middle schoolers BO.
Yeah.
I almost drafted BO. but
Yeah. Yeah.
Then I thought, what? We need a good laugh.
Oh no. No, I had the wastewater facility similar to that. The septic system,
Yeah. Any
like
sewage.
overflowing septic. Yeah. Ugh.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
No
Yeah.
good. Also, story about I went to Branson last weekend, and there is a guy. Have you guys ever been on the train tour?
Sure
It's
haven't.
mostly for kids.
No.
But I went on it, and the guy that sat next to me, it wasn't like stinky, but he had incredibly, like he probably took a bath in cologne. It was so strong, and it was like a pleasant scent, but it was so overpowering that I just had to sit and like be in it for. It was a 30-minute train
Yeah.
ride.
Yeah,
It was
that's rough.
very
Why were you
important.
not sitting next to Lindsay?
I was. She was
Oh,
on the other
it's-
side of me. It was
oh.
four people wide.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's someone at my work that does. She always puts on way too much perfume.
Yeah.
It is awful.
Don't do too much.
Yeah. The last honorable mention I had was a nail salon or like a hair salon.
Never been in one.
Anything like that.
Obviously.
You.
Stand up, no hair.
I had like growing up
Yeah.
would go with my like sister and mom
Yeah.
when they got their hair done and
Mhm.
stuff.
Get their hair
And that just the smell of all those chemicals and dyes that they are
Yeah.
And
putting in their
the
hairs.
perm stuff is what's I
Yeah.
think is really smelly.
Oh, you should know from. Oh, you didn't get permed. You just got dyed.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I thought that bet was for you to get a perm.
Oh, you
Which
should
would
perm your hair
be
before.
amazing.
You should perm
No.
it before you get it. Before you donate it.
I don't,
Pass.
you probably can't donate it
Yes,
after
you
get
have
it
to.
permed.
Well,
I don't
it-
have to do
It
anything.
doesn't last forever. It's just sort of
Is it?
permanent.
Yeah.
No. No, I'm cutting it.
Perm your hair. Perm your
Yeah.
hair.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for this week's episode. Hope you could have
All
you
right.
made it through the end of that draft with your
It was a
lunch.
rough one.
So yeah, hopefully if no one is listening to this on their lunch break while they're eating lunch.
While they're eating fish.
Yeah.
Listen, if you're eating
Or their
fish
old urine
on
cans.
your lunch break at work,
For
we've
shame.
got other things to talk about.
Yeah, add us at Party Observers, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at Third Party Observers, and we'll catch you next week.
See
Thanks.
ya.
Bye.